Hello there, it's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee. Hi. Okay, so today I'm doing, I know, it seems bizarre doing a Christmas make, but I'm doing sort of kits, like part-made things. So I've got it all cut out here. I've got two squares, and I've got some white fleece pads, and I've got a fold of lovely fake fur, and that's going to be for the cuff. So obviously I'm making a dog stocking for a little dog for Christmas, and you can either make them in hessian so that you can sew over them with embroidery, or you can make them in calico and then you can literally just colour them in with felt tip pens. It's not going to be an item that's heavily washed, but of course there are pens out there that are suitable for colouring in. Yeah, I know, and it is, you know, sort of think about the other crafters. They might buy these kits, and if you have, well, an 8-year-old would be fascinated by this. So all I'm doing now is I'm sewing on my fleece circles. And yeah, I know I keep saying it's a dog, but they do work the same as a cat. The only difference is that cats have got, well, dogs have got claws, haven't they? But I think they have the same amount of toes and everything, so. Okay, so that's one done. Now the lovely thing about fleece is you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry at all. So I'm going to sew the other one on. Now of course, if it does look a bit untidy or a bit lopsided, then you can just trim it. So sometimes the little foot bits get picked up. So, and a bigger one for the bigger toe. Now of course you could glue these little pads on, there's a lot to be said for that. It would look just as well. You can buy like a water-based craft glue, and that's excellent for this sort of thing. So there we go. And sometimes when I get halfway around, I just lift the foot up just to, because it sort of curls under. But with some very small scissors, of course, you can just trim these. And if you have a machine that has an embroidery foot and that you can do freehand, well, that would be brilliant. So, but there we go. Just stops it puckering if you do that. Oh, it just stops it puckering on this machine, so lovely. Now we've got the bits of fur here, so we need to sew them together. Come on, machine. Now if you've never sewed fur before, then it's actually quite an excellent medium to work with. A ballpoint needle is very good because it pushes the fabric out of the way. And yeah, you don't really need to adjust the stitch because it's like sewing butter, if that makes sense. You know, yeah, it may be thicker than fabric, but just pushes it out of the way, so it's all very good. Now I need to hem this as well, so I'm going to fold it over once and I'm just going to place it in the machine. Now it's important to make sure that you're not catching the back as well, and then as it rolls round I'm just going to pull it forward. Okay, I'm just going over the seam now, so making sure that my fluff doesn't get caught up in my foot. I know, how many people get to say that on a regular basis? And then around we go. I'm just going over the other seam now. And then back to the beginning. So. Very, very easy. So that's that done. I need to then sew these two together. Let's match them up. There we are. And sew all the way around. And now you can, for the edges on this, either cut with a pair of pinking shears, or you can overlock them if you have an overlocker, or you can sew round in straight stitches and then you can just go round again with a zigzag stitch just to keep those ends tidy. It really is whatever you're comfortable with. So I must admit, with this design, because we're going in and out, I think the overlocker would have a lot of trouble. You know, there's a degree of curve that the overlocker just can't sew, so that's why we're doing it on this machine. And of course we wouldn't be able to do the embroidery on an overlocker. So lovely. I'm lifting the foot up just when I'm coming to a fiddly bit, and around I go. So now what I need to do is, I've got my little sock cuff here. I'm going to turn it inside out, and with the raw edge I'm going to keep that at the top and I'm going to push it all in. Now I'm going to match up the seams. Actually, I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to turn this inside out and I'm going to turn this so that it's like this. Because this is slightly bigger, it's going to be a lot easier if I do the sock, the paw sock underneath. Now it's important to match up your seams, so I'm just going to start just before the seams. And always remember, when you're sewing two things together like this, then you have to right side, and so by turning things inside out, we now have them right side to right side. Okay. Now I never know whether to switch the camera off when I thread a needle. It's something that I don't like doing. Okay, I'm going to pause the camera and I'll be right back. Hi, so welcome back. I have my needle threaded. I have my fur cuff the wrong way round. little hand pull the right side round. So I'm just literally sewing up, making sure that the seams meet, and then coming round, sort of easing it round every couple of inches. So loads and loads of loose threads, you know, it can't be helped, and I can just trim those off. There we are. So I do need to push out my little paw prints. I suppose the best way to do it is stick my fingers in there. And there we have our little stocking for our little friend. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching. My name's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee. Please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.